what is the best racing board game of all time? We are going to place our top 3 votes on all these games to see which one crosses the finish line first. Join us today to see who wins on Legendary Tactics.
So let's clarify how we're doing this. These are the cars from Thunder Road Vendetta, with the exception of yours, Kex, because we didn't have enough sets.
Yeah, that's fine. So I'll use, but it'll still be small, medium, and large.
That's right. We're going to race these games to the ones we want. The first one, the smallest, is worth 1 point. We'll place that one first. The next is worth 2 points. The largest is worth 3 points. We'll tally the points at the end and declare a winner.
Okay.
So why don't we begin down with you, Gastel? What's your third choice?
Cruising to...
Oh, the tension.
Oh, no, not done yet. Oh.
Where is it going?
Thunder Alley.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely enjoy the drafting mechanism, but the reason it gets my third, and between third and second was very close. The reason it gets my third is I don't love the damage mechanism.
Okay.
Interesting.
NATO.
Okay.
Third place.
Sorry, I was going to go here.
You got lost on it.
I got lost on the way.
Nice.
Detour.
Yes. Now, Charioteer is a new game for me, but I love the simplicity. It plays quickly, feels fast. When you're playing, it feels like you're actually racing, which is a great thing. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun. Simple to teach too.
I am hot on NATO's trail. That took away Charioteer as well. And I really enjoy, with this game in particular, the skills-based, skills-building mechanic in it.
Yeah.
And you can you actually grow your skills in the different levels there, and that is a really neat twist on the racing mechanic.
Yeah.
Cool.
Resky.
All right, here we go. I'm going to go short trip right here.
Yep. First to the finish line.
Downforce.
Downforce. So for me, this one, the betting mechanism and not being tied to one race car was intriguing to me. And I like that a lot.
Ooh, Restoration Games, same company that did Thunder Road. So
Awesome.
I would like to drive my car to Thunder Road Vendetta, but I got to watch all of you play it, and it looked like a ton of fun. I don't know if it's a racing game, and I didn't play it, so I'm not picking that one. So if you could just zoom my car just a little further to the other Mad Maxi game, Apocalypse Road.
There we go.
I like that one because it felt like a racing game, but you're blowing each other up, and that was a lot of fun.
Okay.
All right.
Mr. Gastel.
2 points for this car.
Number 2, a short drive for me. Formula D, my first racing game, plays great from 2 people up to 10 or more.
More.
It's
A whole room full.
it's you chuck some dice, a little bit of strategy, a little bit of getting to know the tracks, but generally just a nice, fun, light entertainment.
Yeah. Cool.
NATO.
All right, my number 2. I'm going to go with Thunder Alley.
Wow.
Interestingly, I like the damage mechanic. I like how it's handled because you have different levels of damage. You get the tire wear, which you can fix pretty easily, and then you get the permanent damage, which only happens when you really push your car and you do some permanent damage to your transmission or suspension or whatever. And I thought that was just really, really clever, and it's the drafting mechanic is great too, so that's why I like it.
Okay, for my second vote, I'm actually using the wreck from Thunder Road, and this is going to be very important because I'm driving right to Thunder Road.
Nice.
And it is also the reason I love this game, is because it is nothing but mayhem and carnage, and there's a lot of wrecks in it, and that is awesome. So Thunder Road Vendetta for me.
You guys were laughing a lot when you were playing that game.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
That was awesome.
And I'm going to stack mine right on top.
Nice, right?
Yeah, so I'm right there with you. Like, I know it's not, like, it is a racing game, but it doesn't quite fit the mold.
Right.
But it's so much fun.
There's cars.
And it's not strategy based, but that can also be just nice and fun too. So for me, it's my number 2.
Letter of the law, it is a racing game in that there's a finish line, there are cars, you're
Pax
racing.
won by crossing the finish line.
Yes, that's right.
It's just there's no other cars left behind them. Just one other car.
If you can't beat them, kill them.
That's right.
Fantastic. Okay.
Flash, you're number 2.
Well, you know what? I think it's time for one of these games to pull out into the lead. So I'm going to zoom up here, right over top, and land on Charioteer. Put that one up to 4 points there.
Nice.
So what I love about this game is it was nice and simple. It's a GMT game. I typically find their games a little more heady than I like to handle. But that one was nice and quick to learn. It was fun to play, and I really liked how much you could plan ahead to try to like build your deck in order to give yourself the bursts that you needed. So it was fun. It helped that I won by a nose too. That's always fun.
That was a classic finish. That was a
Absolutely.
classic finish.
So now we're on to our 3-pointer.
3-point votes
Yes,
here.
this is an important vote.
Big vote.
So I have to give it to Flamme Rouge. Of all of the games I've played here, this is the one that makes me feel like I'm in the race.
Very cool.
It's not car racing, it's bike racing, but the whole idea of fatiguing as you're going along, drafting at the right time, breaking away at the right time, staying in the peloton, not staying in the peloton, it strikes the balance, and it's when you're ready to be done with the game, that's when it finishes.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Brilliant.
Nice.
Awesome. It's got the perfect.
I'm going to go with Apocalypse Road.
Ooh.
Again, I think it's an improvement on Thunder Alley because you get to blow up everyone else. Like, that's really fun. And I like the way the damage is handled a little more abstractly, but it's just fun to be able to shoot at each other and with different weaponry, and the certain guns have turrets and certain ones don't. They only fire forward or backward or whatever. It's just really fun to manage that and to manage your cars in that race. So like it.
And NATO, I'm hot on your heels.
Wow.
And also having to land in at Apocalypse Road.
6 points there already.
Yeah, that's
For me, a great game is a game that I look up and 2 hours have gone by. I don't know where they went because
Yeah.
I was so immersed in the game. And
Yeah.
Apocalypse Road did that for me. And so I have to give it its full marks.
Cool.
Resky.
For me, it's Formula D.
Interesting.
Yeah, I love the different die on the gear up and gearing down. And even though you're like, it's ill-advised to roll the 30-sided die, you do it. And you totally take the damage because you did not make the corner, but it's worth it. And yeah, so for me, that's the racing game.
That's brilliant. Well, I'm completely off meta, not contributing to any of the rest of that because my absolute favorite racing game is Jamaica.
Oh, yes.
It's boats like you. It's not cars, but that's okay. For me, a race has to be fast-paced and engaging, and I play this one with the family a lot, and we all love it. It's just, you're just going around a loop, and it's straightforward, fun, quick. I really, really love this game, so I'm going to stand alone with 3 points on Jamaica.
Okay.
So to tally them up, it looks like our number one game is Apocalypse Road with 6 points. 7 points, okay. Next we have...
There's 5 points here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And this one is
We have 4 points on Charioteer.
This is 4.
Yeah, we may have a tie between these guys.
Thunder Alley's only 3 because that's a medium and a.
Oh, that's 3.
That's
So
right.
4
This is 4.
4 here.
and 4 here.
Yeah, these all have 4.
No, this one is 3.
This one has
Now, I have to point
So
out
first, second, and then a tie for
something interesting is that hands down the most popular racing game on the table here is Heat Pedal to the Metal. You'll notice that we have a digital fake version. Rusky's been reaching through the game, and it doesn't exist here because we haven't bought this game, and it didn't make any of our lists.
No, well,
Surprisingly.
I've played it a few times on Board Game Arena. I played it once or twice with you, and I just wasn't blown away. I don't get what the hype is all about.
Interesting.
It just didn't excite me in any way.
capture.
No, didn't capture my imagination.
Nice. But there you have it. We are crowning the winner, Apocalypse Road.
So don't forget to get out there.
Get gaming.
And be legendary.